What's up, all you crazy gardeners? It's been a while since I've done a video, so I had some people ask me some questions, and I wanted to shoot a video showing you what I've been doing because people have been wanting to raise their own chickens, and they're talking about how much the price of feed for chickens is, and I know it's gone up quite a bit in the past couple of years, and there are a lot of free ways that you can think of if you want to be more self-sufficient. You could grow your own chicken feed, but I really don't grow my own chicken feed that much. I grow a lot of things that they can eat. A lot of my garden scraps I'll throw in the chicken run, and I'll grow things in abundance so I can feed to my chickens. Like I'll give them leftover pumpkins, I'll give them leftover watermelon, I got leftover corn, alfalfa. I'll be growing a lot of beans, and I'll cook the beans down and feed that to them. Any kales and lettuces I have an abundance of every time I have extra leaves, maybe beet greens, Swiss chard, sweet potato vines. I'd like to grow some oats someday if I had enough area. I could grow some oats because I do buy whole oats and a lot of scratch, like cracked corn and Milo and oats and sunflower seeds. But what I do is I soak those, I ferment them, and that actually goes a longer way. So I'll let them soak up and ferment a little bit, which is good for their gut health, and it absorbs the moisture. It's easier to digest, and it swells up, so it actually fills them up faster. And then I will add their layer pellets, and the layer pellets will soak up the extra moisture, and so it almost looks like a bowl of oatmeal when I bring it out to them in the morning. Plus they're free range, so they get a lot of insects, but I will supplement a little bit with some dried black soldier fly larvae. And that's one thing I want to do next year, is I'm going to use a lot of my kitchen waste to have my own black soldier fly larvae farm, so that all that high protein and fat can go right to my chickens and my fish in my pond, and it doesn't cost me anything because it's all they do is eat the kitchen scraps. And I'll feed a lot of my kitchen scraps to my chickens. I'll give you an idea of what I'm doing. So right here I have fermenting my grain for their morning feed. Like I said, there's just oats and corn and Milo in there for the most part, and I have bags of bird seed that actually have sunflower seeds, and I grow a lot of the giant sunflowers, and I save the heads and I feed that to the chickens. I have been growing Sudan grass, which is sorghum, but I planted it really late, so it doesn't really develop the sorghum this year. There's a few tassels on there, but I don't think they're going to be ripe because it's going to be down to freezing in the next few days. It's already been getting the upper 30s, so they're not going to really develop the sorghum that I need to feed the chickens. I don't think it's going to be warm enough for them because they like the heat. But next spring I'm going to actually plant the seeds earlier, so all summer long I'll be harvesting some sorghum, the ripe sorghum for them, and all the leftover tassels it's just going to go for as chop and drop for the soil. So that's one thing I could feed them. I fed them the sweet potato vines, and these are starting to go dormant. I already harvested the roselle I wanted to make my tea. The rest I'm just going to let it go to seed so I can have seeds for next year. And I'll harvest the sweet potatoes this month, since it's December, because all this bed right here is going to be wheat that I plant here in December, and then I'll be able to harvest that in May. And I'll show you something else I got. Like I said, kitchen scraps. Whenever you got leftover the stuff in the kitchen, I never throw food away. I always go through it. Sometimes I'll put it in the garden. All my coffee grounds go in the garden. But I got these from work because vendors cleared out their machines of all the old food, and I picked up the salads because the salads, you know, they got greens in there. They got looks like they got some beans, and there's chicken. Yes, the chickens can eat cooked chicken and tuna and eggs. Of course, they eat their own eggs raw. I'm having a problem with them getting into the eggs. Matter of fact, my ducks haven't been giving me any eggs, and so I think they're because they lay them out in the open. They're probably ducks and chickens that might be eating the eggs. So I haven't had the luxury of having any duck eggs in a few months. So I'm gonna have to be out there at night to see exactly what's going on, because I just go out in there in the afternoon and collect, and I haven't found any. But all this stuff is really good. The chickens love this, so we'll take. Oh, they really love tomatoes too. I'm gonna take these out, and we'll feed the chickens with this. Chick, 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 chick. Here they come running. You guys want some snacks? Oh, they know what's coming. Yeah. They love that. So all your leftover greens, they just like to pick through it. Of course, the chicken and the tuna, that's their source of protein, and even I saw some grated cheese in there, they'll eat that. Don't worry about is it healthy for the chickens? Well, chickens have been living off of human scraps for millennia. We shouldn't have to worry about buying food for the chickens. Matter of fact, they're high protein. See all these craters in my chicken run? That's because the chickens will dig and look for worms and bugs. And I noticed my dog has been moving these blocks again. But even down in here, I noticed a lot of crickets and worms and pill bugs. And when we move the logs or these blocks, the chickens stick their head through there and start pecking all the bugs out, because that's their source of protein. Of course, you get a lot more when it's warmer. But you see all the craters. That's because they're digging, looking for bugs. Plus they do their dust baths. But don't worry about the price of feed if you can just allow nature to feed them and feed them on your food scraps. And like I said, if you soak your grains, that is really beneficial, fermenting them. Because I haven't lost one chicken this year. Matter of fact, other than when I first started losing one, I haven't lost any. They're all pretty healthy. Do they look like they're starving? Nope. And even the ducks will eat all your greens and grains. I'm not being specific. They're all nature. Let them find a lot of their food, and you're just supplementing them for their health and for egg production. So don't worry about the price of food when you can figure out a way to be more self-sustaining. Like I said, next year I'm going to have a higher protein content in my eggs with the black soldier fly larvae. So that's another one of my projects. Have a good day, guys.